I
Okay.
see the Star Wars behind your back. You should look into a video by an acquaintance of mine by the name of Owen Stevens. He's been in game design business forever. They were having an event at the Hard Rock Cafe, and it was, invitation, not even invitation only, but it was like a mini con at a Hard Rock. And this old British guy and his wife showed up, and they're like, "Oh, we're on vacation, on holiday, and this is our only opportunity." And it's like, well, you have to be part of the convention to get in. Oh, well, games, we love games, don't we, Margaret? Oh, yes, right. And they sit down at his table, and they're like, "What's going on?" And he's like, "Well, we're doing a Star Wars thing. Have you seen Star Wars?" "Oh, no, I have not." "Oh, it's okay." Well, and he describes the scenario. And he's like, "Oh, I see. Capital, yes. So the rebels are fighting against the evil empire. Oh, I may know a few things about that." It's quite. And and there's a couple of teenagers and a couple of 20 somethings. And he's like, "Oh, these blasters, these are guns then, yes? And the thermal detonator, those are grenades." "Oh, smashing." He's like, "All right, well, who's got the best ability at throwing them?" "Oh, you're the grenadier." And he gives all the health facts to his wife, because and she's like, "But Lieutenant," and he's like, "Lieutenant, oh shit." And this guy was like, slugging it out with the Germans in World War II.
Yeah.
And he's got this 2-hour mini session that basically the lieutenant and his energized platoon just blast through this imperial. They're setting up enfilading fire, and he's like a support, and he's like, it took him like 40 minutes to get through 2 hours of stuff. And he said the thing that he loved most about it was when they got up, the Margaret says, "Lieutenant, do you think the boys at the home would be interested in a game like this?" And so now he's like, somewhere in England is an old folks home where there's 15 veterans playing Star Wars and just loving life. And he says, and that, I tucked myself into bed with that one. Yes,
Yes.
so it's just amazing how the hobby can connect us all.